Okay, I should be live right now. Let me. I want to do a sound check. Um, hold on a second. Let's. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's see. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Trying to find my goddamn video. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me do a sound check. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, we are good. We are good. We are good. Now I gotta try to make this fairly quick because like I said, I got two playoff games that I have to that I have to watch. Plus, I have to go to work afterwards anyway. So, this is Who We 186 back again with another live stream. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to talking about this because this there's a lot of crazy shit going on. The community, especially in the Xbox community, over the past week, and everything revolved around the Starfield delay. And yes, I know Redfall also got delayed, but let's be real here. The game that most people care about is Starfield, right? That's the big game. That's supposed to be one of the biggest games that Bethesda's ever made, and everyone's super hyped for the game and stuff like that. Now, it was announced, I believe it was announced a week ago from Bethesda that the game was going to be delayed. And look, delays happen. I mean, we talked about it yesterday on the Overrated podcast. FY, subscribe to the channel. Um, I should have a link somewhere. But yeah, y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. Yeah. So we talked about delays a little bit on the Overrated podcast. Delays happen, right? It's part of the gaming industry, especially since COVID. Everyone's still kind of getting out of the shadows of COVID. That these things are gonna happen. It's perfectly fine. It's understandable. The problem with what's going on with Microsoft is, to me, here what I think it is, right? I think the problem is that that was supposed to be like the main game to come out for Microsoft, right? It was really supposed to be Starfield. It was scheduled to come out this holiday season. They had a date for the game. It was supposed to be in November. Even though we really didn't see much of the game outside of like concept art, we really didn't see much gameplay of it. But they targeted end of 2022 as the game to come out with as the time to come out with the game. Unfortunately, that didn't happen with the delay. And when you look at Microsoft lineup for 2022, it's been kind of bare. It's been bare. You know what I mean? And then you look, and then a lot of Xbox, and this caused a shit storm. Obviously, the PlayStation guys are going ham on this, and the Xbox guys are pretty much turning on each other. I'm seeing like Xbox fanboys going at each other's throats over what the situation, well, pretty much what the situation is when it comes to Xbox. And to give my thoughts on it, I don't think it's a big deal. I really don't think it's a big deal, right? Even though you can ask, well, what do they have planned for the rest of the year? I'm sure they'll do something where what I think they'll do is I think they'll heavily get behind Game Pass. I think they'll try to gain an exclusive. What I think they'll do, I think it is possible that they might buy an exclusive third party, exclusivity for a couple months. Maybe they may do that, but I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to get those third party big publisher third party games and kind of pay to bring those games to Game Pass day one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe something like Madden, the next FIFA game, probably. Um, stuff like that. That's what I think they'll do. But and plus, they have a big showcase in the summer. So we don't know what they have planned for the rest of the year, but like with Starfield out, it's a big blow to them. It's a big blow, and you can't deny that. And I think there's some people who are asking, hey, what's Phil Spencer doing? I mean, is that is that something that is he doing a good job? And to me, look, I don't care. I don't care if he's doing a good job or not. Like I think the only thing that people should care about is if you enjoy the platform. If you enjoy the platform, then whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that big of a deal. And I always say this. Like even though I don't have an issue with Phil Spencer or anything like that, I do feel that a lot of the Xbox fanboys. Double Shooter, what's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing? Um, I do feel like a lot of Xbox fanboys worship the ground that he walks on, and I do think that a part of me feels like he he relishes in that attention. I do, and I do think that that's a strategy for Microsoft is to be more friendly with the Xbox community. I think that's part of the reason why I think that the Xbox Ambassador program exists, and I'll talk about that a little later. Right, so Xbox fanboys are at each other's throats, and then and I'm gonna do the share. Let me do the screen share right now. We had this lady, and I'll show you. I'll show you who this person is in a second. Yeah, you guys should see this right now. Let me get the second screen on my phone so I can see comments and stuff like that. Give me 1 second. Let me turn down the volume. Second screen on. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're good. We're good. All right. So this is the Twitter account MissDeusGeek. I don't know much about her. Her profile is marketing PR, ANZ's first Xbox MVP. I don't know what ANZ stands for. Um, Founder of Attack on Geek, Women of Xbox, award-winning ambassador. So like I said, I don't know much about her. I haven't heard of her until today, right? And this happened because let me look at some of her tweets. This happened because she, as an Xbox ambassador, as someone who doesn't seem to be, she doesn't come off as a bad person. So I don't want to, I'm not interested in attacking her, even though I don't agree with some of the stuff that she's been saying. I'm not going to try to. I'm not interested in attacking her, right? So she made a tweet essentially defending Phil Spencer. Let me see if I can find that tweet. Okay, there is right here, right? And I'll read it out for those criticizing Phil Spencer for the Starfield and Redfall delays. Please consider one: you lead and manage one of the biggest brands in the world with hundreds and thousands of staff and moving pieces. Um, Let me address that first, right? Uh, if they pay me to do it, then I have no choice but to do it, right? Just because you can't quote do something doesn't mean that doesn't give you the right to not criticize that person, especially if you're consuming a product, right? If your team is not doing well, like I said before, I got 2 playoff games that are coming up soon, right? That I'm watching right now. I'm going to be watching soon, right? If my team loses, I have a right to be upset and to criticize the players who are not doing well. Can I do what they can do? Absolutely not. But if I'm putting my time into watching their product, I just want them to do well. Now, again, I'm not as harsh as some other people, but again, I have a standard when it comes to consuming a product that I want them to meet. All right, that's all I'm saying. Number 2, she said the pandemic has affected everyone. Absolutely, that's 100%. She's 100% right about that. Right, and I can't speak to her past tweets. I'm not looking at her past tweets about if she's criticized Sony for delays or anything like that. But I know a lot of Xbox fans have done that. Anytime that Sony had any delays, any anything that had to do with COVID, right? And we all know that the PS5, the availability of the PS5 has been hampered by COVID. I hope she's not one of those people who've been attacking Sony. It doesn't seem like she's that type of person, so I'll give her a pass. But there's tons of Xbox dudes who sit there and would use that excuse for Microsoft, but then will criticize Sony off rip for the same thing when we all know when we all know that COVID has affected everything, right? Number 3, she says slow and steady wins the race. What race? What race are we? What race are we? What race are we having? I mean, the constant war, slow and steady wins the race. I mean, I don't get that. I don't get the analogy in this context, right? Like, if you want to say, well, if you wanted to say that, oh well, they need to take time when it comes to developing the game. Yeah, that's fine. But this analogy, I don't get, right? And 4, he's only human. I mean, and okay, I mean, like, yeah, lots of people, everyone's human, unless there's some people I don't know about, but yeah, everyone's human. Doesn't excuse you for not getting the job done at your job. If Nadella, whatever the hell his name is, the head at Microsoft, says one day, oh well, Phil Spencer, you're fired, we're gonna be like, well, how can you fire him? He's only human. No, like, you gotta do your job. Being a human is not an excuse not to do your job. You know what I'm saying? So she wrote that she got some criticism for it, obviously, because obviously when you see her profile, Xbox MVP, women of Xbox, like, people are always gonna perceive her as in some kind of way, right? And then you know after she got the criticism, let me show you a series of tweets. All right, well, let me see. Okay, now this is her after she got the criticism. She made a replying to her tweet, and this is her tweet. I think this is a series of tweets where she said what she said. Now, she said, it seems some have misunderstood the intent behind my post. I agree that the recent news and lack of exclusive in 2022, or even during the console release, isn't good enough, but to blame, but the blame can't all be put on just one person. All in all, I'm just saying to show some love on Twitter, right? Which is, positivity stuff, yada yada yada, right? And then she said that, and then let's go back and then scroll up. Um, let me see here. Okay, and then she had a series of tweets here after. Okay, this is where shit hit the fan for this woman, right? Where I have to deem this my dear MissDeusGeek, Deus Geek. The damage is done, my friend. This is where the shit hit the fan, right? So I think this is King Thrash. Um, he got on her because apparently her gamer score is not up to snuff, right? Now, as you can see here, I think let me click on the picture. Her gamer score is at a 9,185. Now, in contrast, my gamer score is, I believe, is at yeah, I wish I had it. Yeah, I wish I had it here, but I believe mine is at the 4,000 range, right? And and I don't use my Xbox that often, but yeah. So she has twice the trophy score that I do. Now, for someone who's now, according to King Strat, let me read what he posted. I like to report fellow ambassador, and he's an ambassador, by the way, which is weird because he's a PlayStation guy, but that's interesting. But I'll discuss that too. He's mentioned her name. She has represented Xbox gratefully when she speaks. She represents the feelings of true Xbox ambassadors and should be respected at all times. So what of she barely plays games? Ambassadors are here to pretend we love gaming. So this is a facetious uh tweet. Apparently this is not this is he's calling her out for not playing games, right? So, and then you look at the this is happy official Forza Horizon 5 launch day, and then he shows the gamer score is at for that game is at a 50 out of 1,000, and she has 5 trophies, and she's played the game for 2 hours, for almost 3 hours, right? Now I can tell you, I played the even though I don't use my Xbox that often, I have more hours playing this game than 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Let me read. Double Shooter, you said you have a 5K gamer score and haven't played the Xbox since 2013. Yeah, yeah. And man, like, and look, let me say this. I don't believe that a gamer score or a trophy score is the full representation of who you are as a gamer. I don't believe that. However, like if someone is going to presumably be about that gaming life, even if you're not a trophy hunter or you're achievement hunter like me, I'm not that at all. Your score will be your score will reflect that you play games, right? And then hold on a second. Let me look at my PlayStation trophy thing real quick. Now just go to the phone. And mind you, I'm not a trophy hunter or anything like that, right? But since this is where I do most of my gaming, I can let me see if I can find the gamer score. My trophy list thingy. Let me see, where are we at? Let me see if I can find it. All right, just give me 1 second. I just gotta look at the app, see where I'm at. Okay, right now I'm at I'm at trophy level 258. Okay, and I'm not someone who has platinum trophies out the ass. I only have one platinum trophy, and I think that was for Rocket League, right? I have over 1,700 bronze trophies. I have just under 300 silver trophies. I have almost 70 gold trophy. I have 69, and yeah, I have the one platinum trophy. So if you're going to play the game, if you're going to play games, especially first, if you're okay, if you're playing games, your trophy score will be at a respectable level. Same thing with your achievement score. If you play games, it's gonna be high. And based on this trophy list, based on this her gamer score is not, according to some people, it's not that high. So she made a series of comments. First comment is today is attack the Diana Day. I think that's her name. I think that's her real name day, huh? Reminder, I don't have to be a hardcore gamer to be part of the Xbox community. That's true. That's true. You know, for any community, to be honest with you, you don't have to be a hardcore gamer. All right, continuing, you can be part of the Xbox family in many ways, like supporting others as friends, answering informed questions, fighting for representation, etc. And continued. Um, I guess. Okay. I don't get the chance to play. Let me click on this. I don't get the chance to play a lot of games because I work full time, run 3 communities, host events for the local Xbox family out of my own pocket, work with organizations to encourage diversity, etc. I also buy most of my collectibles, whether Xbox related or not. Okay, let me say this, right? I don't. Okay, it's fine if you don't get to play a bunch of games, right? Everyone's busy. I get it. But if you have something to say, if you're going to defend Phil Spencer like this, I mean, if you're defending Phil Spencer like you did, then clearly a lot of people, especially with the Xbox Ambassador label, a lot of people are going to assume that you're out there in these gaming streets. And normally people who are not part of that about that gaming community life are not going to be ones who are going to just either attack or defend gaming heads, right? They're just going to be just concentrating on playing their games and doing their stuff, like doing them, right? Like casuals aren't going to search for you know aren't going to search for like Phil Spencer and be like, oh, this is the guy that I'm supposed to be worshiping or anything like that. They're not going to be doing that. they're gonna be concentrating on their own life and game on the side. So yeah, all right. So you have this comment right here. Now, next comment here is okay. A high gamer score isn't a requirement to be an ambassador, nor does it mean I don't get games. I don't play much, but I watch my partner who's clocked in hundreds of hours on his Xbox. That's how I got involved in gaming. Okay, so a lot of people made a big deal about this tweet. And it seemed to me reading that is that the reason why she got into gaming is because of watching her partner, which either could be a man or a woman, I don't know, um play games. That's how I got involved in games. So she is someone who has recently gotten into gaming, right? And she's, on Twitter, being an ambassador and all this other stuff, right? And like I said, I'll talk about the ambassador stuff in a second, right? So you had that, and then this is the comment that got a lot of people talking, right? I never said I loved Xbox because of their games. I've always loved Xbox because of what they do with gaming for everyone, their custom controller designs, and the number one reason, the community. Though after this, I may have to rethink the whole definition of community. Now, throughout all my time on Twitter and YouTube, right? Like I've been on YouTube for like 12 years, like making content for 12 years. And I've been on Twitter for a long time as well. The one thing that gamers don't like are frauds and phonies. That's when you see a lot of the biggest outrage when it comes to gamers, right? And the reason why I think that is because I think that a lot of people see these frauds and phonies. And by the way, I'm not calling her that per se. I'm not calling her that per se. But I'm just saying that people who have similar profiles like this, they're the ones that get the attention of the gaming heads, the developers, the publishers. They're the one whose voice matters the most, despite the fact that they don't have the same dedication, don't spend the same type of money on their hobby, on the hobby that we do, that the average gamer does. You know what I mean? Like they don't have the same love and dedication for the hobby that we do, but yet they're the ones whose ideas, their philosophies, their agendas get pushed forward when everyone else is looking for either something the opposite or something that's more, in some cases, consumer friendly. In other cases, maybe something that they want, to make the industry better. In some cases, right? But when you come out with this, when you say that your love for the brand has nothing to do with the games, that's a problem. And I've been said this. I've gone on the record on this channel and on my Twitter account about how I hate the fact that games that the games are not the most important thing when it comes to make what makes a console great. Right? Everyone wants to talk about the controller. Even I'm not saying the controller is not important. Like I'm gonna make a video on the dual sense, and in the future, right? But they make it about the controller. They make it about the community. They make it about Phil Spencer talking to them, sending him sending them DMs and shit like that. They everything. They look for everything outside of what makes console gaming important. That's the games. And I've always said that. I will continue to say that till I'm dead. Right? And this is someone who, and I'm someone who grew up, on the Nintendo era, and really started my gaming journey on the Super Nintendo era, where exclusives were important, when games in general was important. And it's not like the old consoles didn't have, didn't have features that were important to their console. You know what I mean? But what is the most important thing has always been, should always be, will always be the games. And she's telling you that her love for Xbox has nothing to do with the games. It has to do with all this other stuff that had nothing to do with the games. And that is always going to be something that I can't relate to. I can't do it. I can't relate to that. Let me read some more comments. Nintendo Gamer, how you doing, bro? Or Mario Kart gameplay, how you doing? Let me see. Oh, he said, oh yeah, it would be funny if a game journalist who never played a game becomes one. Yeah, that can be confusing. Yeah, it can be. If you're an Xbox ambassador and you put this out there, and in theory, if you understood the idea, or at least what your perceived idea of what an ambassador is, I would assume that it's someone who plays Xbox games religiously. But this is not what this is. This is a lot of the other fluff that had nothing to do with the most important part of gaming, which is the games. All right, so she said this, and Twitter went ablaze. Everyone started coming at her, and I think she had one more tweet. Um, and this is let me say it. Let me read this. To clarify, Xbox to me is not just a gaming publisher. They're an organization that cultivates accessibility, creativity, and diversity. Anyone can appreciate that. You can also enjoy game regardless of how often or how good you play. And then she put an example: those who don't drive Formula One cars race enjoy F1, right? Okay. Now, here's the thing with me, right? I understand what she's trying to say, but at the end of the day, as a consumer, I don't give two flying fucks what they do when it comes to all this other stuff. Right? I don't care if they cultivate accessibility. It's good for those who are helped by it. I'm not saying nothing bad about it, but that doesn't help me, right? Creativity, the only time I care about creativity is when it comes to your games. I don't care about creativity when it comes to anything outside of gaming, right? And diversity. Look, I don't care about that either. You know what I mean? Like I don't care who runs the company. I don't care what their ideas are for who they should hype profile, all this other stuff. I don't care about none of that. You get the fuck. All right, so I'm watching. The hockey game started, and we already got a penalty. Garbage. I mean, let me get focused. Yeah, I don't care about none of that stuff, man. Like, and for those who don't drive Formula One, enjoy F1, right? Yeah, sure. But the thing is that no one's asking you to be like this great gamer. Like, I think a lot of people just want to know if you actually game or not. That's what I think a lot of people want to know. People just want to know if you actually are gaming, or you're one of these people who hijack the hobby to gain notoriety with the company, to be kind of like one of those a stat for the company, saying, oh, look at us, we pride ourselves in diversity. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks to say that to women, because I do think that women in the gaming space is needed. I think it's a great thing to have women in the gaming space. Like, some of my favorite YouTubers are women. You know what I mean? Or at least gaming people who game are some of my favorites. Like Destiny FOMO, who's incredibly hot, by the way. But I'm just saying, she's incredibly hot, and also, and most importantly, I feel like she's someone who be about these gaming streets, right? You have Luca, Ashton Luca. You have Erica Cuts for the win. And there's others. I can't think of all of them at once, but I do think having women in the gaming space is very important, because I feel like in a lot of ways they bring a fresh perspective to gaming discourse, right? And not, the gaming discourse, especially among fanboys, is just, oh, my console better than your console, and a bunch of personal bullshit BS that goes on, right? And to me, but it is to me, like, for something like this, and I know she's not the only one that does this, right? A lot of people feel like you have these people who are just infiltrating industry, infiltrating the gaming space just to get notoriety, right? And that way I feel like to a lot of people, right? And so like I said, like just to kind of end it on when it comes to her, because I do have the ambassador stuff that I want to cover. Um, like I said, I'm not interested in attacking her or nothing like that. Like I said, she said what she said. She got raked over the coals. She seemed to be fine. I mean, I don't think she's super down about it. Like you said, she didn't. I mean, she didn't block me. I didn't say nothing to her, but she doesn't have her account private or nothing like that. She seems to be doing fine, and I have no. And like I said, I don't have any issues with her as a person or nothing like that. But while I don't agree with her, she has the right to her opinion. To me, my point is that I don't like this idea, right? And it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. I don't like this idea of people infiltrating the gaming space just for the sake of just doing so. If you're a gamer, you're a gamer, right? Like you can't fake that. And when you do, you're gonna get raked over the coals for it. You know what I'm saying? Like and to me, I just don't like people because and to me, the reason why I don't like it, the most important reason why I don't like it is because these influencers have a great deal of influence when it comes to the game that we like that we play. And I personally, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. Now, do I think they should take the advice of every fucking fanboy on Twitter? No, but I think that people who are into gaming, who are actually into gaming, should have more input or if not, then have no input at all and just make your own fucking games. Just make the game without any type of influence from anybody. Just let the creators create the game. Not have these influencers coming in there and being like, oh well, we need this thing and we need that thing in the game, and we'll send you stuff to say nice things about our game and all this other stuff. Like I ain't man, I ain't with them, man. All right, so Tom Paul in the chat, she used to stream on Mixer. Hmm. That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise. I'm pretty sure she made partner on there too. How do you make partner without playing games? I mean, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Tom. Thank you for the comment. Honestly, if look, as far as what the ambassador program seemed to be intending, I mean, you could just like, and I also, let me say this. Phil Spencer also, like, not Phil Spencer. Aaron Greenberg reached out to her, sent her a tweet. Pretty much apologizing and wishing her. I guess I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Like he commented to her to her Twitter. Let me see if I can find that tweet right now. Let me see. You know what I mean? So like, honestly, like, it's like you don't need, like I said, when it comes to Microsoft, they're all in on doing this. They want people like her as ambassadors. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. Let me see if it's in tweets and replies. Cause I know Aaron Greenberg made a tweet to her. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like if like being a gamer is not a requirement to be an influencer. It's not. It really isn't. And I think that's what they're banking on. Let me see if I guess I'm gonna have to switch. I'm gonna have to search Aaron Greenberg Twitter because I know I saw it. Okay, there you go. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I think. All right, so I guess we gotta go to the replies. I know for a fact that I saw it. Okay, there we go. This is his tweet right there. So sorry to hear this, Diana. It is not deserved and it's not okay. Hope you also know how much so many of us love your passion and positivity for gaming. Your always fun post and ongoing engagement is a regular bright spot on my feed. Thank you and hang in there. You think he's gonna write this to any random Xbox gamer or any gamer in general? No, but he does it for her. Why? Because she's the image that Xbox wants for their ambassador program. And look, I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. Well, I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like businesses can do what they want, but this is what they want. This is what they want. Let me see if I can read any more comments. Like it's crazy watching people cherry pick data. She does play games. People are cherry picking that quick clip and have missed all her hours playing Overwatch, Halo, Fortnite, all on Mixer. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't write that for anyone who is a big part of the community and no, he would write that to someone who is a big part of the Xbox community and A and Z. So I mean that's fine, but this is what they want. Get the God. Oh man, another penalty. Garbage. Anyways, all right. So okay. So like I said, with her personally, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with her. Right? I don't have a problem with her. But I do think that there are definitely some people. There are some people in the community who like to claim that they're part of a gaming community when they really don't play games like that. Now you're saying that she plays Halo and Fortnite and all the other stuff. That's fine. I like if that's the case, that's fine. But there's look at the end of the day, this is who they want as a this is who they want as a game Xbox ambassador. This is who they want to pump up as an Xbox ambassador, right? And to me, I feel like an Xbox ambassador should be someone who is dedicated to gaming. At least should be. Now, let's move on. Let's move on from this and go to the actual ambassador program itself. Oh my bad, I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, so all right, let's go to Xbox ambassador, right? So you're Xbox ambassador, and this is definitely not done on accident. Xbox ambassador, right? They're clearly they have a target audience that they want to appeal with this, right? And all businesses do it. So I'm not criticizing them for it, right? So join the community, make a difference. Xbox ambassadors are on a mission to make gaming fun for everyone. Join today and begin to level up for being a positive and welcoming gamer on Xbox. Let me see. Not more. If I tried to join, I probably would. I would become a member because it doesn't seem to be that hard. All right, so let me play this. Let me play this video.
Hey, I'm Kamikaze Boss.
I'm Choppy C.
Let me see if you can hear the video real quick. Let me see. All right, so you asked. So it's fair for people to attack her for not being a gamer when she clearly plays games. I mean, no, we don't know if she plays games. You don't know. You don't know that for a fact. If she does, then fine, whatever. But her comments did not help her cause. Her comments didn't help her cause at all. Like I said, I'm not here to attack her, but if she's not going to be playing games, she's fair game. It is what it is. if you're gonna pretend to be a gamer, you're going to get attacked. Because like I said, the people that gamers hate the most are frauds. Those are the people that they hate the most. And if you have an organization that's lying to them, or you have someone who's pretending to do something that they're not, they're going to get attacked. And that's the trend that I've seen like throughout all my time on Twitter and YouTube. All right, so you said that she literally posted her game time for her other game, Sun, her Twitter XD. Okay. Oh wait, where her or the other games on her Twitter. Okay, I mean, look, like I said before, all I'm saying is that if she's a gamer, then that's fine. But if she wanted to prove that she was a gamer, she should have said so from the beginning. But what did she do on her tweet? She just came up with, not, I wouldn't say excuses, but saying, "Oh, I do this, I do that, I do that." All she had to do is show the pictures. That's all she had to do. Show the game time pictures. That's it. The tweet, everything would have been fine if all she did was just, hey, you know what, if she okay, so everything started with the whole Phil Spencer defense, right? And it is what it is. She probably was gonna get this regardless if she said so. But like I said, all she had, instead of saying coming up with excuses, she just show the gameplay, not gameplay, but show the game played. That's all she had to do. If people are questioning her gaming acumen, you don't have to come up with excuses. Just show that you game. That's it. Steve, who you exposing? Now I'm not trying to expose anybody. I'm not trying to expose everybody. Anybody. All I'm saying is that if someone is calling you out on what you game on you gaming, show them the proof. Show them the game played. That's all you got to do. And then her mentioning her partner is not a good sign as well, because we know that on certain platforms, namely Twitch, that when it comes to some of these female streamers, they use their significant other to play the game. And I don't think she's doing that. At least I hope she's not doing that. But that's a thing. That's something that goes on in the community. It's part of the fraud stuff that I be talking about. Now let me see if you guys can hear this video. Let me turn the volume up on my second screen. It's part of the fraud stuff that
I'm MissDeusGeek. I'm Sammy Chaos.
I'm Sightless Combat.
My name is Spy Shadow.
My name is Thomas.
I think the Xbox Ambassador program goes above and beyond your typical gaming community because
we're good.
we really
Okay,
like
so you guys can hear it.
Empower everyone and
Let me replay.
My name is Spy Shadow.
My name is
program goes above and beyond your typical gaming community because
I'm Kamikaze Boss.
I'm Choppy Steve.
I'm MissDeusGeek. I'm Sammy Chaos.
I'm Sightless Combat.
My name is Spy Shadow.
My name is Thomas.
I think the Xbox Ambassador program goes above and beyond your typical gaming community because we really like to try to empower everyone and make them feel like gaming is something that is for anyone, no matter your background, your culture, whether you're abled or disabled. We want you to feel like you can always power your dreams.
All right, so I'm not gonna play the whole video, but that's what an ambassador is, right? Like they're trying to be inclusive and all the other stuff, right? Now, before I continue, let me read pause Tom's post. Her proof being previous Mixer partnership, that don't mean nothing. Runs Xbox events in A and Z, don't mean nothing. Is a community champion, I don't give a shit about that. Cherry picking is crazy. I'm not cherry picking. I'm telling you what I'm telling you is what it is. If you're someone out there who's going to put themselves out there as a gamer, and yet when you get called out on it, you come up with excuses instead of showing proof, then yeah, you're gonna get called out for it. That's all there is to it. You think people give a shit? Like, there are people out there, like, okay, let me give you a perfect example. All right? someone in the community, a PlayStation guy, Jay Barry, right? He runs gaming tournaments, right? Dude, and he obviously is a legit gamer because he had the gamer score to prove that, right? And do you have people all the time? You have Xbox dudes all the time who keep calling him a fake gamer and all this other shit, right? Like at the end of the day, like people, like the only thing you can show proof that you're a gamer is show proof that you game. That's it. That's all you gotta do. And if that's proof, if that's proof to you, then that's fine. That's fine. And like I said, I'm not saying that she's not a gamer. All I'm saying is that when people are calling you out on what you're gaming or not gaming, all you gotta do is show proof. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And from jump, that's all she had to do. Show proof. Instead of coming up with all this other stuff about the stuff that she does. Like, no, at the end of the day, no one gives a shit about that. No one cares. At the end of the day. All right, so traditionalist said then she's not a gamer, she's a fraud. She's forcing herself into a territory where she doesn't belong. Look. Like I said before, she like I said, she says, the stuff that she said on Twitter. She showed I did see some of the other gaming stuff that she showed when it comes to her time played. But like I said, all she had to do was show that stuff in the beginning. That's all she had to do. That's all she had to do. And yeah, I'm sorry saying the comment about, oh well, the to me, I'm not an Xbox fan because of the game. That to me, that I would never be in favor of that. I would never be in favor of that. The main reason why you game, especially on console, is because of the games. That will always be the case for me, and that will always be the case as far as I'm concerned. So, back to the ambassador stuff, right? So clearly, with this ambassador program, they want inclusion. They want people to feel welcome in the community, right? Which has been Microsoft's MO pretty much since Phil Spencer took charge, right? And to me, I look at, and I tell you this straight up: if I join right now, I will probably make it. Let me see. I'll show you. It's not that hard. Well, now it is hard because I don't. My account is messed up. My account is all fucked up right now. So, yeah, I guess I'll try to join later. But yeah, man. Like the thing with this ambassador program is it pretty much is them picking out people who can represent them on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much what this is. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is, I see a couple PlayStation dudes, who became members, which is weird. But it shows you that being an ambassador doesn't seem to be that hard. But it seems like they're being oddly selective with who they pick. You know what I mean? It does seem kind of odd. It just seems to be odd who they seem to pick. So for me, I don't know. To me, I just think that what this is to me, what this represents to me, is that they want, obviously they want their brand to be inclusive. To me, it just seems all to be PR. And PR through means of of influencers. It's not surprising. We've seen this. All businesses do this, right? All businesses do this, and and unfortunately, when it comes to her, kind of sticking up for Phil Spencer, she put herself in the crosshairs when it comes to this. Because, like I said before, you can be positive all you want, but if a brand's not giving you what you want, you have a right to complain. You have a right to complain. And when you see these influencers, sticking up for Phil Spencer, you're, as a consumer, you're gonna feel some type of way about it. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that put your hard-earned money into the genre. You're the one that put your hard-earned money into the hobby. For them, they don't really have to do that. You know what I mean? I'm sure they buy stuff and stuff like that. But when it comes to like you look at the situation with her and Aaron Greenberg reaching out to her, you're telling me Aaron Greenberg wouldn't send her some free shit, or probably had sent her some free stuff in the past? Definitely would not surprise me. And you know, it may be, I don't know, it could be. Yes, we scored. Yes, all right. 1-0 Panthers. All right. But would it surprise me if they sent her stuff? No, it wouldn't. Why would it? Why would it surprise me? You got all these people who are all these influencers, you know, the ones with the chairs, with the gaming chairs, with the game Pacific gaming chairs. You know, you look at these, so you know, one Xbox. All right, give you an example. Cole Eastwood, right? Who ironically enough is arguing with Xbox dudes, and he's in favor. And he was criticizing Microsoft, right? But he gave Crackdown 3 a 9 out of 10, right? A game that has a Metascore of a 60, give it 9 out of 10. Who shared that review, a 9 out of 10 review? Aaron Greenberg. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you trust these influencers? Can you? When it comes to gaming, when you have a lot of fuck shit going on in the industry right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's far more serious than just regular delays, right? You have a lot of stupid shit going on in the industry. But yet you have these influencers who will not call these, who, you know, may not call these people out. And you have to wonder if it's financially driven. If it's something that they wouldn't do because they need that clout from that company for their content. You're always gonna have that in the back of your head. And I always have it in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. So all right, let me read this from Steve. But sometimes it gets very technical when you talk about who's a gamer. Some may say it's nuanced, but no. For instance, people who only play sports games, I don't consider them gamers either. I mean, I consider them gamers, but I consider them to be, you know, casual gamers. I consider them to be casual, because they're only like, and anyone who plays only one type of game is a casual, in my opinion. To me, if a hardcore gamer to me is someone who not only plays games but also understands, you know, the nuances of the industry. You don't have to know everything. But if you're someone who knows who the heads of the companies are, if you read up on articles and stuff like that, and you know at least some sort of gaming history, then yeah, you're a gamer as far as I'm concerned. Even if you show proof of 1 or 2 games, doesn't mean anything either. So you're replying to Tom, so you can have that problem. You can have that argument with Tom. And I appreciate the back and forth, because like I said, like I want to have discussions about stuff like this. You know what I mean? It's not my way or the highway. Like I saw this other like I saw these 2 Xbox dudes. I think one was K Mega, the other one was Xbox University. Xbox University cut them off and kicked them out the space. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. I prefer discourse. But okay. Now my final, to put a bow on all this, right? Before I get zoned in on playoff hockey and basketball, right? Let me give you my final thoughts, right? Now, the Xbox, the Starfield delay is not a big deal. Everyone just went crazy over it. I didn't think it was a big deal. Now, regarding MissDeusGeek, like I said, I don't wish her any ill will. I don't. All I'm saying is that if people are going to criticize you when it comes to you know, who you are as a gamer, if you have the proof, show it. And the proof to me is obviously one, knowing what you're talking about. You know, if you're talking about all these great games, show that you actually play them. I'm sorry, but if you're hyping up a game like Forza Horizon 5, you should have more than 2 hours playing the game. You should. If you're gonna hype up Quake, play the game. Show that you played the game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying. If people are calling you out on something, show them proof. And I'm sorry, being a community champion ain't proof. It ain't proof. All it is this. You're just doing your side shit. We all know what a real gamer is, and if you are that, show it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And as far as the ambassador program, like I said, like I can probably join if I want, but I think the idea of the ambassador program is basically just to pretty much just to handpick a certain group of people to highlight their aim for diversity and positivity in gaming, which is funny because the way Xbox Live came into prominence was with the toxicity of the online, especially in Halo, Call of Duty, and other online games. So, but that's just a side note. Anyways, I gotta get into playoff mode. This is Who We 186. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you all for watching. Let me give shout outs to everyone in the chat. Double Shooter, thank you for watching. Mario Kart gameplay, thank you for watching. Thank you for subbing as well. Tom Powell, thank you for watching. Obviously, Steve, thank you for watching as well. Like I said, FYI, me and Traditionalist 101, aka Steve, we do have a podcast normally on Mondays. The Overrated Podcast. Like I said, just watch it, listen, leave feedback, all that good stuff. Anyway, this is Who We 186. I'm out. Peace.